Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Thank you all. Thank you all for showing up for this fantastic All-Star 24 announcement. I am very excited. My name is Lynn Rogers. I'm Director of Children and Youth Services at the Concord Neighborhood Center, which is located right down the street. I could have walked here this morning. That's how close we are. So we have that privilege of being close to downtown Indianapolis. Again, Concord Center is my neighborhood. It's my neighborhood center. We are the oldest community center in Indianapolis. Our mission is to serve families in the community on the near south side of Indianapolis. We provide social and recreation, early childhood education, summer programs. I just left 80 kids here in summer. They're playing without me. So we are excited because as a community center, we get to be involved in these type of events. So today I'm here. I am here because Concord Center received a Project Legacy grant from the Pacers. With that grant, we were able to redo our gym floor. It doesn't sound exciting, but it is. It's been a wonderful addition to our program. It's allowed us to serve the community in an even greater capacity. Going back to 2021, when the All-Star Game was originally supposed to be here, we worked with the host committee. And I was very impressed with how they intentionally were focused on making sure that the All-Star Game focused on our community and everyone involved. We worked alongside that committee, and they were very intentional about what they wanted to do. And it's those kind of things here in Indianapolis that makes our city fantastic when it comes to hosting these big national events. They include everyone, not just the participants, the athletes, but everyone. And as a social service agency, we get to include our families and everyone, and you just don't know how exciting that is. So thanks for everyone that involves and makes that happen. Thank you. And again, it means so much to our families because it's not just a one-time event that's here. They try to impact our city. They try to provide programs. They try to provide opportunities that are sustainable and everlasting, and we really appreciate that. So I'm extremely blessed. I'm extremely honored to be here. We have some wonderful speakers. I'm just a small part of that. We have some incredible leaders who are gonna come up and share some exciting news. And without further delay, I met this gentleman this morning. I met him before. He's fantastic. He's been great for our city. Please welcome Pacer Sports and Entertainment CEO Rick Fuson. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, I think she shows how many glorious people we have in our city and the great work that she continues to do. Thank you very much. You know, Governor, Mr. Mayor, members of our host committee, Steve Simon, we're so glad you're here. Rachel Simon, I know you're here as well. So important. Your family has done so much for our city, and having the Pacers and the Fever here are some of the most important things that have been done in the last 50 years here. So we're very grateful to you and the family. You know, these pictures over here, there's just a few of us in the crowd, very few of us in the crowd, who were here in 1985 when we had the All-Star Game in the Hoosier Dome. And it was a wonderful event for a while until Dallas broke the record. We had the record for the biggest All-Star game ever. It snowed, didn't have weather like this, but it was just a tremendous, tremendous day for us. So as we've been talking for the last 7 years or so with the NBA about doing things differently in Indianapolis, again, like we did in 1985, we talked about All-Star Saturday night. And I think many of us, hopefully many of us, and me especially, think that Saturday night is one of the most exciting events they have an All-Star weekend. You know, the dunk contest and the three-point contest and those are watched worldwide. And so this global event is going to be on that Saturday night, and we're here to announce that one of the most exciting things that we'll announce during this whole situation is that we're going to take Saturday night to Lucas Oil Stadium. And I just want to recognize a couple folks who have definitely been part of the Saturday night. That's our friend Dr. Dunk, Darnell Hillman, who was the first champion of the dunk contest. And Fred Jones, come on, man, who also, as a Pacer, was #1 in the dunk contest. We're grateful for you guys and look forward to you all being part. You know, having it at Lucas Oil Stadium is significant for really 3 reasons. One, it's an illustration of how Indy is built, how the center of our great state is built for these great events. You think about it, we'll be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, we'll be at the Convention Center, we'll be at Lucas Oil Stadium. That's fantastic. You know, our downtown is walkable. How many cities in this country are walkable? Not very many. And this one is one of the best ever. Most of the hotels are connected via walkways that are covered. And so it's just going to be an opportunity for us to show Indianapolis and Indiana in the worldwide light, you know, once again. People will be able to get around easier than any place. And we've been to a lot of them over the years. And there's some great cities in America where it's been, but no place better than Indiana. I want to recognize Marcy Reddick and Andy Mallon from the CIB who helped us make this possible as well for us. Thank you all very, very much. Second, our friends at the NBA will be able to maximize Lucas Oil for performances, for Saturday night, for concerts and other events. We're expecting about 35,000 for the All-Star Saturday night. Where else but Indiana? And there will be more details coming about the other events going on in Lucas Oil as the months go on. And finally, and maybe most importantly, this allows us to make this All-Star weekend accessible and community-centric. We have promised this from the beginning, that we want people from all over our state to be able to come here. And focusing on that community, we have 3 other things that we're going to announce today. First, starting July 24th, we will be putting the first batch of tickets, 10,500, on sale. And this is amazing, never done before in the NBA. The ticket prices of the ones that will release will be $24, $49, and $79. And thanks to the NBA for working on that, and it's going to be tremendous for them as well. The Hoosiers will have the first chance to buy, and fans should go to pacers.com/allstar. That's a pretty big deal for me to even be able to say those things, and sign up for more information on purchasing tickets. And then second, the NBA All-Star Host Committee will be purchasing the first 2,400 tickets, which will be distributed free of charge throughout our network of community partners throughout the city of Indianapolis to bring families to enjoy the night, just like our friend at Concord. And third, we want to make everything done that we can possibly do to make it easy for people to come down to this event and all the events that go through. So from Thursday through Sunday of the All-Star Weekend, all rides on the Indigo buses will be free of charge. And furthermore, because we know there's a lot of people that want to exercise even in the winter, the Pacers Bike Share will be free as well, and a big thanks to the Cultural Trail. I do want to recognize Brian Payne, Inez Evans of Indigo, and Karen Haley of the Cultural Trail as well, who are helping us out. So those are great announcements, I think, today, and I'm very grateful for being part of this some 39 years after the first one we did. And we look forward to being part, and we thank you all very much for supporting us from here on out. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Awesome. Wow, that is fantastic. Thank you, Rick. That'll be awesome. It is great to know that families will definitely have access to that. And I want you to know you just put a big star on my back because people will want tickets now. Yes. So thank you. That is fantastic. Just the ability to be able to get down here is important for families. And then obviously that free ride, being able to get here, accessible to Lucas Oil Stadium, that's fantastic. We're excited. There is someone here that was at that 1985 All-Star game, and I got to speak with him back there. It is awesome because we are the capital of basketball. We all know that. And it is exciting to have a governor who is as excited about basketball as we are. I am. So without further ado, let me bring up Governor, our 51st governor of the state of Indiana, Governor Eric Holcomb. Thank you. You are a big basketball fan. Yes, I know.
Can I adjust this to
Yes, please do.
from a point guard to someone who sets picks, following the shooting guard, Rick Fuson? First of all, thanks, Lynn, and a real special thanks to the NBA and to Kelly for choosing Indianapolis, Indiana, first and foremost. I think I can speak for the mayor on this front that we are relishing the opportunity to showcase our capital city and our great state with this as the backdrop. Thank you to the Pacer organization, Pacer Sports and Entertainment, the Fever, everyone that is really making this not only accessible but inclusive to so many people who otherwise might not have been able to participate in something of this standing. And to think about the Colts, this is just what we do, right? Like we rise to the occasion and to whatever the challenge has been, and the Colts have always been there as true teammates on and off the field. And so special thanks to them. We're going to put, as you can already tell by seeing who's here, who's involved, we'll put an all-star lineup out on the court as we all come together and make sure that one of these events that's the most watched in the world, I get around the world a bit here and there, and to think about what we host, what we share, what we promote, the legacies that come with everything that we do is simply unrivaled. And I get the pleasure of being able to boast about that. And you think about how we start young. Here we do high school football championships at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We do high school basketball championships. Those morph into March Madness, Final Fours, hosting the whole tournament itself, unlike any other city's ever been called on to do. And then to be able to host this, yet another crown jewel in the world of sports, in all of sport, is really another feather in our cap. And so thanks to everyone. Coming off of last month, the month of May, the Indy 500, coming back recently, about a week or so ago from Le Mans, the race. These are international events with international audiences. There are millions of people that will go through the doors over the course of all the events that we share, but this is an event that will be seen on every continent in the world. It is a huge opportunity for our state and our capital city to really show what we're all about, what's in our DNA. And to me, most importantly, it shows that we're teammates. It shows that we reach out. It shows that we include. It shows that we help others rise up to the occasion. And thinking about this in 1985, since you brought it up, thinking about 1985, thinking about 1986, we mentioned Dr. Dunk. We also had Larry the Legend, who won the three-point contest, the first one in 86, and then in 87, and then in 88. He made it look effortless. And for a guy like me who couldn't jump over a dime at any point in my career, being able to look up to these all-stars, being able to look up to what they've achieved is really special. And to be able to call this our home and rally around and bring everyone together and a unifying force for good, this is what it's all about, those legacies. And so thank you to all the dreamers and all the doers who continue to kind of dig deeper time and time again. The Simon family, the Irsay family, the Schumachers, the Penske's. Again, these are folks who step forward and show we can do this different. Like Rick said, there's going to be some different twists to this. By the way, just in a way of context, when you look back at ticket prices, you mentioned $24. That is unreal. These past events are north of $500 a ticket. So you think about the effort that's being made, and it will be made, to make sure that we're reaching out across all of our entire state into neighborhoods that have just maybe seen this on TV or seen some memorabilia, seen a T-shirt, to be able to be part of it all. We will be talking about this day come February. I don't know if the roof will be open, but we showed pretty well at a Super Bowl too, by the way. But I can tell you, people will be talking about this for decades to come. And so thanks to the Pacers and to everyone that's had a hand to date in this, and that will, to make sure it's one of the most successful sporting events on the planet Earth. Thank you all very much.
Tag. It's fantastic knowing that the state of Indiana is a great basketball state. The mayor's on board with this. The governor's on board with this. This is fantastic. This is going to be great. And just to reiterate something that Governor Holcomb said, you'd be surprised that $24 ticket for our families is definitely going to make this an event that they can wholeheartedly participate in. They don't have to worry about paying another bill, saving for that. That is just going to make it accessible. It's going to make it possible for them to participate, and we love that. The city of Indianapolis has done a wonderful job of these big events. We just had the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They hosted the race. We've had, national championship games here, and the city of Indianapolis has always come through. And when we look back at the 1985 All-Star Game, we did not have one single Indiana Pacer in that game. And still, there were 40,000 fans who showed up, 40,000 plus. And you said we held the record until Dallas. So that is fantastic. So we know that the city is a major part. Welcome up Mayor Joe Hogsett, who is also on board. He is a big fan as well, and with his leadership in helping guide Indianapolis, these type of events coming up, 2024 with the All-Star Game is exciting, and I think the mayor is on board with that, and he is going to be a big fan and help us promote that. Thank you. Come on up, Mayor. It's fantastic. You do a good job with that. I love the things you do for us. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, good morning. Beat Dallas.
There you go.
That's what we're going to do. Beat Dallas. Where do I get the $24 tickets now? It's getting to be about that time again. Time for Indianapolis to re-enter the national spotlight as host for one of America's premier sporting events. 330,000 came to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway just last month. And when I say it's getting to be that time again, we're just a month later that we're announcing this. And we're less than a year away from hosting this great game. That's a beautiful picture, isn't it? That's what it'll look like in Indianapolis in February of 2024. And with today's announcement, Indy's residents and visitors should expect a world-class experience. Whether they have a seat at Lucas Oil Stadium, Gainbridge Fieldhouse, or both. That world-class experience will extend outside the doors of either venue. Indianapolis, simply put, has become, if not the top-rated, certainly one of the top-rated host cities in all of America. And as Rick mentioned, in no small measure, that's because when you're staying here, particularly in the Mile Square, everything you need is nearby. And it's only getting better. By the time these games arrive next February, we will have completed the Indianapolis Cultural Trail extension by Lucas Oil Stadium, giving easier access for all pedestrians. If you're outside of downtown, and if you want to avoid the hassle of traffic and parking, you can use the Pacers bike share. And by the way, I promise the weather will allow you to use the Pacers bike share. Or use Indigo bus at no cost. Thank you, Inez. The Red Line will let you off at the historic Indiana State House. Less than a half-a-mile walk to right here, Lucas Oil Stadium. And nearly every bus takes you to the Julia Carson Transit Center. Now that's about 500 feet from the door of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That convenience is not accidental. That convenience is intentional. Our downtown has built itself into a committed destination for hosting. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Marcy. Thank you to the CIB for the great leadership you have brought. Combine that with the legacy of Indiana basketball, you get a location that is tailor-made for the 2024 NBA All-Star experience. My thanks to all of today's partners, many, many partners, for coming together to put our community in the national spotlight as a sports-loving city like nowhere else. The governor said he was a rebounder. He said Rick Fuson was a shooter. When I was in high school, my coach called me a 20-20 man. I said, Coach, really? Seriously? You think I'm capable of getting 20 points and 20 assists in every game? He looked at me and he said, you have no idea what a 20-20 man is. I said, I guess I don't. He said, a 20-20 man means I put you in the game if we're 20 up or 20 down. I don't think I'll be playing in February of 2024.
Thank you, Mayor Hogsett. That's awesome. I was one of those 2020 people as well. So, as you've all heard, this is going to be exciting for the city. It's going to be exciting for the state. But more importantly, it's going to be exciting for the Pacers family. The Pacers Sport and Entertainment family, who has been fantastic for us, for the city, for all of us. They're doing a fantastic job with this. And as you heard, they're all excited. So welcome up Pacers owner and alternate governor, Steve Simon. He's going to come up and talk about how much more special it is for them all. Thanks. Yes. You all have to move that mic.
I'm not going to make a basketball analogy right now. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn, there's so many, look, for a press conference, look at this community support we have right here. But Lynn and all the great work she's doing, all of our partners, as well as the media. But by the way, who was at the 85 event? How many hands? There's a few. Can I tell you my lasting memory? Rick, is it okay? I felt like Terrence Stansberry got cheated and he should have gone to the finals. He had that 50 in the first round. And that's when I learned about the star power, right, of MJ and Dominique. But it was so long ago, and it's really poignant for the family on behalf of Herb and Rachel and the entire family. And, if you think about it, this is like, we're really celebrating the kind of relationships we have. This is like, we talk about, Hoosier hospitality and doing things differently and public-private partnership, but us creatively coming together and putting this on and say, how can we make it more community impactful? I don't think in 85, we realized the power of our organizations, ourselves, our brands, as a league, how we could really impact the communities that we're in. So it's really dawning on us after all this time. But a lot's happened, and I just have to, I know you're going to be embarrassed, but a lot's happened in 39 years. But our great leader of Pacers Sports and Entertainment, starting as, I think, director of special events, to becoming the CEO and leading our organization and being such a community partner. Something to celebrate. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Governor. It's a pleasure. And, we always challenge our folks, let's be creative and let's think about this. And Mel and Rick and our partners from the CIB, and I see Brian Payne retiring after such a great run at CICF and doing so much to the Indianapolis Foundation, and Indigo, and the city of Indianapolis, and the mayor's office, and then all of our nonprofit partners. I mean, this is like a fabric of connectivity. It's going to be really special. I think the closer and the more tangible it gets, speaking for Herb and Rick and Rachel and the family and myself, it's very poignant how blessed and lucky we are to be a part of this. And, we're going to, we've always said for a long time, we're going to make it the best All-Star weekend ever. But we hold ourselves to a high bar. But not only that, but how can we make it as community impacting, as sustainable, and invite the public to be with us, and so can we do it? Can we make it affordable? Can we make it something differentiated? I think we're gonna wow you guys and show that we can do that. And so, pleasure to be here on behalf of the family, everyone at Pacer Sports Entertainment. I see a lot of you guys and gals, and just being of service and being in relationship. This is a pleasure, and we want to celebrate it, and we want to show you we're gonna make it like as great as we can. And I want you to hold us accountable to do that. So I'm gonna let everybody get out of the sun because I'm worried I'm getting burned already. Thank you so much, and look forward to hosting everybody. Thank you.
I don't know about you all, but I'm excited. I am excited. I'm a huge basketball fan. I was born and raised in the city of Indianapolis, so anytime we can showcase our city, it's fantastic. I love it. I'm really excited. Thanks to all the partners who are going to make All-Star NBA 24 fantastic. And speaking, I'm someone who grew up in this neighborhood. I used to play here when it was dirt. I went away to school and I'm back. And just the fact that Indianapolis continues to think about all of us. Everyone's going to be included. Everyone can participate. I remember 2012 when the Super Bowl was here in Concord. We played a huge part in that, and we loved it. People came to us, families came to us, people out of town came to us, and we were able to just be a part of it, and we loved it. I love the fact that the partners have come together to make it community focused, everlasting, sustainable, including everyone, and that's fantastic. So I'm excited. I hope you're all excited. Thank you for all coming out. As Danny said earlier, our wonderful, wonderful leaders and speakers are going to be available for one-on-ones after this. Thank you all for letting me be your MC. Thank you all for including us. And again, thank you all for coming out. Get out of the sun, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you. Thank you.